Deep breath, let's go. So hello everyone, my name is Amber Williams. I am the product designer and the visionary seer at the Institute for Love and Time, TILT. I like to say that I create harmony between people and technology. I design the user interface, which is the look, and the user experience, which is the feel and the functionality of Time Machine, TILT's premier unconditional love and time travel technology. I then went on to create and facilitate the Expanded Human Potential Pilot Program in partnership with the Cook County Department of Corrections. And so just to briefly describe what that was, so over the course of 8 weeks, we partnered with the subset of the Cook County jail population to integrate balanced time perspective, unconditional love, and positive wellness messages into their daily and weekly habits of the 14 men that I worked with. And we did that using Time Machine through discussion and meditation. But before I really get into what happened during the Expanded Human Potential Pilot Program, I would like to show you all a 3-minute video of the results of the program. So let's do that. Okay, and so here's the video.
Spirit and faith. You could pass for the test. There's nothing that's beyond your reach.
It's good to know that my future self is going to be good and as good as pure. Next week, I'm time like in the house as a Jew, as a school. To help me get to hear myself, say things and do things about it. That's going to help. Really that chicken and curse the food. Just as long as my love, and then the hero say that you love Victor.
But us guys that do the concept, Brian, we get inspiration of those sign, and they look at us in a different way. We can go into the site and say, okay, you know what I'm saying, the garden, and let me see what I said. Let me hear someone else's inspiration that's going to motivate the next person. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity. You know, it has enlightened me. It has afforded me the opportunity to kind of like do a little bit of soul searching, you know, and get in touch with myself and know myself, you know, and remind myself. Kind of like strange, kind of like this is where definitely a great tool. It's definitely a great opportunity for those that want to need it. Kind of go back to Athens or France and stuff like that and remind yourself, hey, I'll probably have a bad day on this day, but just hearing myself and stuff like that, kind of strengthen myself. Thank you very much for affording us this opportunity. Don't doubt yourself, because the only thing that can stop you is yourself. Don't wait for the approval of other people. Accept yourself, love yourself, and don't doubt yourself. Decisions is important. You make the right ones, and then that check yourself.
So for 2 hours each Friday, we use Time Machine, we meditate, and we'd engage in conversations about intuition, psychokinesis, precognition, and of course, time travel. And not just any conversation. We didn't just talk about psi and all these phenomena. We talked about their origins. We talked about in context of the men's lives and their experience. And we talked about anything that was culturally significant. Occasionally, we would have guests come to the program, like Dr. Michael Shapiro and Dr. Julia Mossbridge, who would lead guided meditations or just join us on those conversations that we were having. And we were even fortunate enough to have a workshop led by professional telepath, Sean McNamara, and it was really, really cool. But just to get past that, how did we use Time Machine in the program? And so I just kind of want to preface you, if you all hadn't seen the earlier sessions, Julia's welcoming remarks or Polly's session, Time Machine is a tool that helps people learn to use unconditional love to connect with themselves over time through positive self-talk, meditation, and community. And so we use Time Machine as a collective, so which means that we had one account and we would go through the app process every Friday. So okay, here we are. Sorry, there we go. And so when you use Time Machine for the first time, the app will ask you to check in with yourself. At the start of each session, we go through the wellness checks as a group, saying aloud like how we felt physically, emotionally, spiritually, and where our hope was for that day. Then we would kind of create an aggregated result and put that into the app. Next, we would use Time Machine, the main function of the app, which is the little time machine in the corner you see there. And we would select the time space together. We would get our prompt, and then we would pause. We would all spend some time thinking about what that prompt meant to us or what we would actually say in that situation. And one by one, everyone would share their thoughts and their stories, their opinions of the prompt. And as a group, the men would select one person to leave a message that kind of expressed what the theme was for that entire discussion. And so eventually we began using the meditation tent. We didn't use this functionality too much, but I will say that the guys' favorite meditation was the 25-minute meditation by Dr. Michael Sapiro that comes with the app. So if you haven't used Time Machine or you're just looking for a good meditation, I'm gonna plug Mike's meditation right now. I definitely say go listen to that. And finally, we spent a great deal of time in the community garden. I think this was one of the favorite features of the app for the guys. They really enjoyed listening to the messages of other people who they would jokingly call the free folk, which is like, I think that's not a Lord of the Rings, but a Game of Thrones reference. So it was pretty funny. And so, yeah, that's how we would use the app. So to kind of go back to this, for 8 weeks, I challenged these men to think of themselves as superhuman, if you will, inspiring them to believe that through mental time travel and the use of their innate gifts, which would be this ability to time travel or any of the things that we would discuss, especially their intuition, that they could experience healing and growth. And the name Expanded Human Potential Pilot Program comes from the idea that we can do so much more than we can imagine. You know, I challenged them to think like, what if no one ever told me who I was, and and what was possible for me? And so I feel like that was something really big that they got from the program. Incarcerated individuals aren't often supported in exploring the powers of the mind. The focus is usually on fixing what's perceived to be broken within them, and not on discovering and playing with what is fun, what is exciting, or what's interesting about themselves. And I'll even take it a step further and say that is all of us as people. We are all often told like who we are and how we should feel in the boxes that we should fit in or what is normal. And so, yeah, apps like Time Machine, ideas like this kind of free us in a way, and like I say, give us a unique opportunity to discover ourselves. The Expanded Human Potential Pilot Program not only gave the participants a unique opportunity for self-discovery, it allowed them to connect with each other in deep and meaningful ways through those conversations and through those intimate moments that we were having. I like to believe that we provided these men with the gift of changed perspective, a different way to view their past, present, and future, and a different way of looking at what they could do to change things for themselves and for the better. And also like giving them the hope that through this program, other people would eventually see them like differently and not see them as someone other than a criminal, see them as a father, a brother, a man, a friend, a human. And I think it was very successful. The participants in the program continued to use Time Machine after the program ended. Some requested to use it right away. And so that was a pretty cool aspect of all that. I want to go on to say that you can help reduce recidivism and feelings of loneliness, and help to increase the well-being and feelings of unconditional love in the world by supporting Tilt in these products that we make. And so I think that's good for me. So I'm going to stop sharing. I don't know if I'm over, but there's a question. But just a shout out, proud of you, an amazing time. Thank you, Wolfram. If anyone does have questions, go ahead and ask. I'm under the impression my session is over in 5 minutes. So if no one has a question, we can close the webinar. But if not, I just want to thank you all for coming. Awesome work. Is there a long-term follow-up? So no, right now there is no long-term follow-up. We do plan to reach back out to Cook County and see if we can possibly do another pilot program. I would love to continue this program, if not at Cook County and other prisons or jails in the United States. Again, like through supporting Tilt, you can help fund these projects. So yeah, I hope so as well. Another interesting thing to add is that the program was originally 6 weeks long, and the men requested that I stay longer, and I could only get approved for 2 more weeks. And so that's what took it out to 8. And I really love to do this again. So yeah. How did this project change me? Geez. In a lot of ways, I didn't know that I had the potential to do something like that, or to like touch people in this kind of way, or have them rethink things about themselves, or to feel more hope, to feel more love, to feel more connected. Yeah, I remember one day, it was like probably my first day, or my first and my second week with the men, and one of them came up to me and he was like, Amber, we can sense your tension. You just take a deep breath and relax. And so like, he was like, that kind of like changed me in a way. It made me feel just a lot less anxious and a lot more secure in myself. So I would say that's a way that it changed me. My potential expanded in my mind, and my perspective of my perception of myself changed. So yeah, thank you for that question. Yes, and if there are no more questions, I'm gonna get out of here. You see, I'm trying to run away from y'all because this is pretty nerve-wracking. So have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much.